And we are live! Welcome to Life Action Roleplay with
Cynthia Marie
and Ryan Omega, brought to you by, in my case, it's Real Brewed Tea Pure Leaf, brewed from real leaves, as opposed to fake ones. And Sin?
Oh, Wild Turkey 101. Yum, yum.
Yum, yum. And our shout-outs.
It's a fur baby episode.
Fur baby shout-outs. Not necessarily an episode.
Fair. So my shout-outs to Poisel. I hope that your fur baby feels better.
Yes, and my shout-out is to Keith, who invited me to a game of Pugmire. And the reason why that was significant was it was my first time playing my own pet dog, Argo, who was a Pekingese, as a cleric. So it was kind of adorable. He got into a lot of antics. But it was my post that Heidi McDonald commented on because she mentioned that the creator's dog, which is a pug, Murray Pug, I believe, passed away that weekend. And so her response, this game has a life after that dog, was very, very touching and very sweet. So thank you, Heidi. So fur babies, yay!
Also, we have a special shout out for our lovely friend Brian Knight. Happy birthday,
Mr. Black Rose.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So for today's guest, we have someone that's very dear and near to us. I can't speak. Words.
Yeah, there's words are hard.
Words are hard.
Yeah, so this particular guest, I had the fortune of growing up with her. This is my sister Alexa, or better known as Lex. What up, girl?
Hello.
Hi. So Lex started LARPing about 3 months ago? June? So that's
3 months.
3 months ago.
Yay!
3 months ago. Yay! So she is a new LARPer, and so let's ask the obvious question: how did you get into LARP?
That is a good question. Cynthia dragged me along to a vampire LARP.
Okay, hold on. Let's actually clarify this. I said that I was going to a vampire LARP, and she's like, "Oh, I want to go. Can I go? And kept texting me, and I was like, let me talk to the new person to see if she's allowed to come in. And yeah.
Either way, I went, alright?
And?
It was great.
Nice.
What happened?
What didn't happen?
Well, so you showed up, and we didn't have a character for you established because you came in at the very, very last minute, so you got a door character, correct?
Yes.
And then what happened with your door character? Because clearly I was not involved in that story.
I got to sit down with a storyteller, and we rewrote a character. It was a gangrel, and now it's a bruja. And at the end of the night, I ended up accidentally pummeling someone almost to death. That was quite interesting first night.
For your first game?
Oh, yeah.
First game.
Damn.
Wow. You got some action first game. Good for you.
Well done.
Straight in.
So tell us about your bruja.
So my bruja is Gogo, and she's supposed to be like this really small, cute character, but at the same time is a little crazy because she's probably gonna kill you at the end of the night.
So can you say she's kind of like Nora from Ruby?
Yeah, a little bit of like Nora, or like what is it, Tara from
Tira.
Tira from Soul Calibur.
Yeah,
a little both of that. She has multiple personalities, so she teeters on a little bit of crazy.
Why the name Gogo? How'd you come up with that?
From our favorite movie, Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we got like psycho schoolgirl kind of Japanese type, and then we got crazy Nora, who's totally badass in Ruby, and then we have Psycho Tira. So basically your character's psycho.
Yes, but in like the cutest way possible. I mean, most people thought I was a child for like the entire first game. I'm like, yes, my plan is working.
Well, you were wearing something really, really cute your first game.
Oh, thank you.
It was cute and leathery, like a bruja should be. A bruja psycho schoolgirl. So, what's your favorite part of LARP so far?
Dressing up, surprisingly. I get to dress up as something that I don't on a day-to-day basis. Use a lot more like rock, gothy, and I love that. I mean, I love to wear black, but there's just something about the way Go-Go dresses that I just feel so much better when I play her, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's Go-Go time.
Yeah.
We have a hashtag too, right?
Oh yeah, hashtag logo.
Whoop whoop.
Logo? What? Why hashtag logo?
Lola and Go-Go. Logo.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
Hashtag logo.
Hashtag logo. So, Sin, that means you need to explain your relationship with Go-Go because you...
Oh, snap.
Yeah, all snap. Well, because, like, you brought into game, but you also do have a relationship in game. So,
yeah.
you talk a little bit about that without ruining or spoiling anything that you don't want to talk about.
Fair enough. Ooh, okay. So I play Lola. I think I've talked about Lola a little bit before. She's my Toreador, my artiste, and she has a bodyguard named Go-Go. So there's a lot of speculation throughout the group as to whether or not they are actually indeed sisters, because obviously we are
Very
blood.
close.
Yeah, we're
Very
blood-related sisters, so we argue like sisters, we talk like sisters. We're very close, which is interesting both in character and out of character, because some people don't understand the blurred lines that starts to happen between our characters.
Oh no.
So there is some stuff to be revealed. I think for the majority of people, no, they don't.
No.
I'm going to shut up now.
They do now! Way to go, Lola!
Yay! I can't keep a secret.
Seriously, I cover up for you so much in game.
Whatever. So yeah, a little insight to the sisters banter here. She covers my ass quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
Which is quite fun. But I cover your ass too, so don't even.
Well, because you never tell me like what's information that I'm allowed to share.
Because you don't need to know.
And then what other...
It is on a need-to-know basis.
And I'm in the know.
No, you're not sometimes.
I really am. Otherwise, I won't be guarding your body for much
You
longer.
just don't have to blab your mouth on everything.
I'm just trying to protect you because you have no idea what happened last
Moving
game.
on.
You're dead.
This could be a podcast on its own.
But we have fun. So I guess the reason why we crafted our characters to be so intrinsically tied is because it was her first time, and it was maybe my second or third time LARPing. So we figured it'd be better to double team together and understand the game together rather than completely separate characters who didn't know each other, because that in itself is also very hard acting wise, to pretend that you don't know your blood related relative.
Yeah, that makes sense. To just you already have the connection there, so you might as well take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And not even in a metagaming kind of sense, or a little bit of metagaming.
Yeah.
But it's more for comfort, so
Yeah.
that you're able to roleplay
Yeah.
your potential.
Yeah, and so on a serious note, she also helps me a lot with my anxiety that I have sometimes. So she covers for me when I sometimes can't speak. And going through my attacks, and so without having to leave character or leave the game, she's able to kind of help keep the front, and then when I'm able to return back to the game, it's all good. So
Yep. Instead of an emotional support dog, I'm the emotional support sister.
yes,
Aww, that's so sweet. So, out of curiosity, what is the most creative excuse that you gave that Lola's not available?
yeah. What is it?
It's not really creative. I was just saying that she's out dancing and she's getting paid, and that kind of turned it wrong.
What?
But in defense, Cynthia's an actual dancer, so she was out at a gig getting paid,
Right.
as she does, and Lola's also a character that is a dancer as well.
She's a burlesque dancer.
So either way, she was out getting paid dancing. You know, if your mind went the other way, that's not on my conscience there. But
All right, blue waffles.
oh, let's not bring that up.
Blue waffles?
No, just don't. We'll talk about that later.
Gogo decided to say something very outrageous to a character who I thought at that point I could just make him leave me alone.
Curse
Right.
you, Eric.
And then instead, he's like, oh, what is that? And looked it up, and then I therefore spread blue waffles to the entire group.
Including me, who showed up like half hour left in the game.
Blue... I feel like I'm missing something. Blue waffles?
You do not want to be on that
we will show you
bandwagon.
later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hashtag
Don't have
Blue
to
waffles.
do that.
No, don't touch
Hashtag
it.
blue waffles.
No, you don't want to do that. We're gonna want to edit that part out.
Yeah.
I don't know. That sounds okay. We'll leave it very vague. If you want to know more about stuff like this, you can come to game with us.
Woo-hoo!
So
If you're in California or the Los Angeles area.
yes, and yeah,
Or if you just want to show up.
if you just want to show up and play vampires with us,
Yay!
whenever I get there,
I know. You've been absent quite some time. That's okay though, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
Although Quajan did come up last game.
Really?
Yeah.
what
and
did
It
I?
was like 10 minutes. What happened?
What did I do?
Oh, I got a lot of info. No, not you. I think it was just like
in general.
Quajan in general. I think it was after though.
Mm. Yeah, I think part of it is the interesting part about my character being Quajan is that he's not super involved, but he's still involved. And I think I didn't realize this until I was talking to someone last game, and I realized that it had taken so long for the approval process to get this Quajan. At the time in One World by Night, it took a special council in order to approve someone playing a Quajan because that character is normally so powerful.
Yeah.
And then, because the process took a year for me to get this character, I didn't want to give him up because I'm afraid that if I do, I won't be able to get him back. But at the same time, he's able to be social enough to be with people without being super involved with plot. So I do have an offer on the table for me to play a child of an Archon, which would be really, really powerful. And he is a Tremere, but I will overlook this. You're giving me a funny eye. Because he is a... Yeah, I know, because he's a child of an Archon. Totally willing to do that, but I also realize if I do that, I'm going to have to be more politically involved, and it'll be a much bigger character because that's how I play.
So, stupid question.
Yes.
Can you explain Archon?
Oh, Archon. So an Archon is a servant of a Justicar, of which in the Camarilla there are 7 Justicars that preside over the Camarilla. They are the voice of the inner circle. The Archons carry out specific tasks or duties for each Justicar as needed. So they are empowered and feared.
Right on. So, speaking of terminology.
Yes, speaking of terminology, thank you for the segue.
You're welcome.
What we wanted to do for today, aside from talking about first-time newbie things, was to ask people, okay, we're going to edit this part because this is where Ryan is stumbling.
Words.
Awkwards. All the awkwards. That's okay. We'll just leave it in and we'll see how awkward people feel. Anyways, so I have a list of 20 LARP terms that most LARPers, or most people who don't play LARP, would not get.
Okay.
But for newbies, I wanted to see if they would know what these terms are.
We're fucked.
Oh, yeah.
We are. And since Sin, you are also a newish. You're newish.
Okay, fine. I won't be a newbie. I'll be a newish.
You'll be a
newish.
newish LARPer.
I just get to be the noob.
It's starting to become our religion. Instead of Jewish, it's now newish.
You are newish.
Yes.
You are newish, and we will have a bat mitzvah.
Yeah, woohoo!
Woohoo! And so, for example, I would ask you, do you know what the term ook is?
What the fuck?
Okay. Ook.
Nope.
Ook. Do you know...
Sounds like
did it again.
So, Lemma, you went with a song and I went with a pun. Alright, that's cool.
Well, do you know what icy is?
That is a witch from a TV show.
I like icy hot.
No. in related to a LARP.
This is gonna be much more entertaining than you had guessed, huh?
Yeah, I actually thought you two would get this.
No.
Yeah, okay, so...
Do you just want us to say yes or no, or do you like our answer so far?
No, so for example, I would ask you, do you know what the term IC means? So,
in character.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then what would the term ook or OOC mean?
Out of character.
See? Yeah. So that would be an example of some LARP terminology.
Okay, so to be fair, I did a lot of novella, like, typing LARPing, so, like, or LARPing, typing roleplay. Sorry. So like I know reading it, but saying it is like a whole different world.
I see, or like out of character. Like when you say ook, I'm like
ook. I think ook, I did it again is also still very applicable.
It's very ooky spooky, don't you think?
Well, we are close to Halloween. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to ask you what a term is, and you will tell me the answer, and I will tell you if you are correct or not.
Oh god, I'm scared.
Okay, so the first word I have for you is meta.
Oh, I know that. I think.
What does it mean?
You go.
Honestly, the only thing that's coming to mind is metacognition. So I'm gonna say pass.
Wow, metacognition?
Why would you think of that?
Because we're talking about that in English class.
Fair.
What does it mean?
To think about thinking.
Okay.
That's kind of on the right track, actually.
Yeah, it's not too far off, but not technically what I was looking for.
What's the definition?
What about you? Do you know what meta is?
I do, but I feel like I don't have the right words to explain it.
Okay.
So you don't.
No, I do. I just, like I said, I don't, like... I know the concept. I just don't know how to put it into words.
Okay, so meta is short for metagaming.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I knew that. But
what
does metagaming mean?
But so metagaming is to take out of character knowledge and bring it in character. So that's
English does help after all.
so that would be meta. Okay, so let me get you another term.
I've seen people do that.
That's what we do.
That's what you should not do.
That's what you do.
You should not be metagaming.
I do not do that. At all.
You don't generally take out of character knowledge and apply it in character. In fact, it's kind of more fun to misunderstand someone in character because a lot more antics happen.
Like, I thoroughly make sure that I do not take anything that you have told me out of character in my character.
I guess we should just define what's more out of character and in character.
Huh?
Because we do a lot of sidebars.
You do a lot of sidebars.
You pulled me off to the side.
Like one time. Moving on.
Okay, next term is stick jock.
Alright. Do you want to try this one?
Nope.
I'm going to guess that it's somebody who's really good with a sword.
Yeah.
Oh. 1 point for sin.
So stick jock specifically means someone who does LARP as a workout.
Oh.
But is an athlete or as athletic because of LARP.
Cool.
So it's stick jock.
That's a thing?
Oh yeah.
That
there
sounds
are
great.
Players who have very developed bodies, not just as a result of doing gym, but they're also motivated by whacking each other with swords.
That's like in cosplay too. There's a lot of people motivated to hit the body standards of the particular character. That should be another podcast.
Yeah. But although in cosplay, it's more of the aesthetic of having that strength, but in LARP, you actually have to be able to defend and to fight. So it's an active use of strength.
I'll counter too with yes, it's an aesthetic, but it's also being able to do the poses that the character would have. So like if a character has a gun, like understanding how the gun works and how you would hold the gun so that when you're posing, you actually understand, you have full knowledge of how that gun is supposed to be held rather than like, oh, a pretty girl with a gun.
Yeah, because that looks kind of awkward, and it's like if you don't hold it like a lipstick.
Exactly. So my biggest pet peeve is watching cosplay females holding a sword and not knowing how to use the sword, and they hold it in like really awkward ways, and I'm like, do your research.
Yeah, like think understand. Wonder Woman. Like really, think Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Like the way she holds the sword is proper, and you can look great holding the sword properly.
Yep.
The next term is alt.
Like alternative, I assume it's a short form of alternative.
Yeah, but what does that mean in LARP terms?
Alternate reality?
Or alternate character, maybe?
It is alternate character.
Ah.
It's 2 points for me.
Who's counting?
I am, just now.
All right, moving on. Let me give you throwing chops.
Oh, you could take this one.
Throwing chops is just playing rock, paper, scissors and determining whether you win or lose a battle, right?
That is correct. Throwing chops.
Something I do almost every game.
Storytellers love you.
Oh, Greg.
Okay.
Greg, if you're listening, you give her a hard time, man. Good job.
Next term, bleed.
I want to hear if you know what that is.
Just bleed?
In LARP terms.
Like, maybe you just got attacked and you're bleeding. You're bleeding out and you need, like, help?
Has to do with how you, as a out-of-character person, takes care of the emotions that happen in character, and sometimes that ends up seeping into your character, i.e. bleed. Into said character, and vice versa, right? So whatever happens in character may come out of you out of character. So if
that's why Annika was mentioning about aftercare.
Correct, right? So when somebody goes through a traumatic experience in character, we as players need to make sure that that particular player out of character is okay. Yeah. Well, not necessarily offended, but is particularly okay. I mean, yes, offense is definitely one, but when somebody goes through a really hard moment where they're bawl crying and they're completely in character, is to make sure they're okay. So, for example, when Brian in one of the games, his character went completely on opposite side. I think this was at Judy's house. I checked in as a out of character player, like, are you okay? Giving him the thumbs up and thumbs down sort of a deal. So it's just making sure that emotional cross doesn't happen necessarily in a bad way or unhealthy way. Good explanation.
Great explanation. Thank you. Okay, next term, ghoul friend.
Well, I know what a ghoul is.
So, if it's not just like what we think ghoul is, could it be like your girlfriend that's just in character? Or your boyfriend that's in character? But then out of character, you're not together?
I'm just gonna go with a person who doesn't necessarily want a character, who plays a ghoul and is just your friend.
You're both kind of close, but not quite there. It's not the best term in the world. Ghoul friend describes when you bring your significant other to game and they're playing the character because they're there just to play with their significant other.
Not because they want to be there.
Yeah, but here's the thing. With some people who start off as ghoul friends, and that seems derogatory, and it kind of is, and it's also gender neutral, so it could be it's usually applied to females, but also applies to guys that are there just to play with their significant other. However, some of them do actually sincerely like LARP afterwards, and they develop their character apart from that person, and that becomes important if they aren't still together.
Yeah.
So that is a term that does exist.
Fair enough. Creative.
So yeah, it comes from vampire, because a ghoul, you know what a ghoul is. Yeah. So ghoul friend. So let's go with AGP.
Your turn.
Fuck.
We're batting 1,000 here.
I know, right? I know I've gotten some right. I have no idea. All that comes to mind is ASL, and that's age, sex, location, but that's clearly not the thing.
That is not the thing!
Yeah, I don't know.
Age, gender, player.
That is such a great creative answer, but not quite.
Damn it.
It stands for after game party, so afters.
Afters!
Afters.
We knew that.
No, we didn't.
No.
You know the concept, but that's just a different abbreviation.
We did afters last, Saturday.
Whee!
Okay, next term is perm.
Like permanent?
Yes, what does it mean in LARP terms?
Like maybe a character is a permanent character within the game or within the realm. Cause I know it's not perm as in the hair. So
like my hair? Wait, no, my hair's not perm. Mine's definitely natural.
Yeah, yours is definitely natural.
Anything to add?
Any idea about perm?
You said permanent already, right?
Yeah. Like permanent character.
Permanent trait. I don't know. No, that's kind of where I'm at too. Ooh, that's a lovely sound.
Yes. So perm is short for permanent death. So a scenario where the character cannot come back.
And that's like a level 3 death, right? I was told like on the first game that there's like 3 levels of death.
There's torpor and there's like death.
Like since we're all vampires, we're already like level 1 death because we're dead.
Right.
And then there's a second level, but you can come back from it. And then there's like the third one where like you're dead.
Right. So there's the state of undead, which you are as a vampire. Then there's torpor, where you're not conscious or you're sleeping, basically like resistant to a lot of outside things.
Okay.
But it's a state that's like death, but it's more like hibernation. And then you have permanent death, where like you become ashes, or it becomes you are basically unplayable.
Oh.
So that would be permanent death. For other games like Dystopia Rising and Twin Mask, there are death mods. So you can come back from death a few different times, but then there becomes a point of no return where your character cannot come back at all. So that's also called permed. Yeah.
Alright.
So not the hair, but death.
Sad day.
Learning so much right now.
Right?
Next term, phys rep.
Physical representation.
Yeah, that's kind of where my brain went. Yep.
You know, if you have like a weapon, like a sword or something, and instead of just having a little card that says, I'm carrying a broadsword, you actually bring in a broadsword, and it's a physical representation of your item.
That is correct.
Nailing this.
Kind of.
Job. No, that's exactly what that is. It's a physical representation of an actual item in LARP.
Noted. I should bring sword next time we are not in a public location where I can get in trouble.
Lola doesn't carry swords, but you can carry a sword.
I can.
Yes, one of the characters actually does. He has a sword.
Right on.
I mean, not literally, but he writes it down on a note card.
Fair enough.
Okay, next term, NPC crunchy.
Non-playable character.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what crunchy is, though.
Hey, I got us halfway.
Well, I knew non-playable character.
Crunchy.
I'll give you non-player character,
Okay.
not non-playable,
Okay.
and then crunchy.
The fuck is crunchy?
I'm just thinking of Crunchyroll.
And then me too!
And I know anime has nothing to do with this. So... Crunchy. Is it just like...
I give.
a character that you can maybe play like once? Like, it's not that great of a character. It's crunchy.
You're not that far off. So the idea of an NPC crunchy is, usually this happens in buffer LARP, so when you're faced with a bunch of demons, a lot of players that are playing NPC demons, those are NPC crunchies, because they're generally easy to kill.
Oh, okay.
So you're
they're
fighting
like
an army.
They're like the first wave of like easy
They're like cockroaches that you can crunch them.
Yes. Yeah,
Got
so
it.
and
those
you
are
just like
NPC
bat them away real quick.
Yeah, so NPC crunchies. So, yeah, basically you're fightable NPCs.
I should have known that.
Yeah. No, but you were close. You got the right idea. Okay, next. FOIG.
Are these real words?
These are real terms in LARP.
Is this an acronym?
It is an acronym. In fact,
Right.
Paul Howell did mention FOIG in his podcast interview.
FOIG.
Yes, FOIG.
For
For-
our information game. For.
Yeah, I'm with you on 4. From?
I think the G's game.
In game? FOIG.
No, there's an O though.
Damn it.
FOIG.
F-O.
IG, in game.
Right.
Ha!
But there's an
What does
O.
FO? What does
Okay,
FO
we're getting
mean?
there. Okay, we're getting there.
For our in-game. For online in-game. For...
What is it? Oh.
You give up?
Yeah.
You were close. Like, you probably might have figured it out. It's find out in game.
Oh,
Ouch!
So when someone wants to know certain information about your character and you want to keep it private, some people say FOIG, so that it gets them to shut up, so they could stop asking about your
I'm going to
in-character
start
things
using
out
that
of
because
character.
there are so many people who keep asking us things, and FOIG would be a great freaking term to use.
FOIG. Yeah,
and then
find
we
out
can
in game.
We can sound smarter if they don't know. And be like, oh, the newbies know something.
What?
Okay, let's go.
And then we have to go grab our terminology dictionary.
Use this in 1 second.
All right, so this is a term that I don't think either of you will know, but I will ask it anyway just to see what you might guess what it could be.
Oh, so like all the other ones.
You two have actually done a pretty good job figuring these things out. So let's see if you know PEL.
PEL. All right, let's sound it out.
Well.
People enjoy LARP.
Oh, sister, really? And you haven't had anything to drink.
10 out of 10. Hey, if that's not what the meaning is, it should be.
I don't know. Wait, PEL. P-E-L?
PEL.
Okay, just making sure there's no double L, because that could be PEL too.
Mm-hmm.
PEL? Player? I don't know what EL would be.
Is this specific to any type of LARP, or it can go for all LARPs?
It can go for certain LARPs that would like it. But as far as I know, La Sangre is not one of them. That's
Okay.
why I'm not assuming that you would know this. But I'm curious to see what your guess would be.
I'm gonna lock in people enjoy LARPs.
Oh, God. I think I need to use a lifeline here.
People enjoy LARPs for 500.
I'm going to say player something. It has to do with player.
So PEL stands for post-event letter. And
Oh, that's what they do on the Facebook, right? Kind of?
Negatory. Continue on.
so post-event letter for some LARPs, usually it comes after a weekend, where the storytellers will ask you to write a summary of what happened to your character over that weekend, so they can keep track of NPCs that need to come in. If you're looking for a particular NPC to come in, if you help contribute to either cleaning up or assisting in some way. So basically it's a summary of your weekend that enables storytellers to help provide better player experience.
So it's like downtime.
Well,
a little bit.
no, I was going to say, so I'm wrong, you were right. The Harpy, when the Harpy writes the letter of everything that happened in that game,
Yeah.
similar to that?
It's more closer to a downtime.
Oh, okay.
So
Again, I'm still wrong.
Because we have our downtimes, but then also on the Facebook page, someone always goes in and asks, like, what's your favorite part? And they kind of, I read them and I get a summary of, like, what actually happened throughout the game, even though I wasn't participating in, like, some of those groups. So, I mean, not entirely what you said, but you still, the storytellers can get another familiarity of, like, what's happening.
Yeah, like, it's important for certain storytellers to have that kind of feedback, especially if they are dealing with a large player base. So a group that has like 80 or 100 or 200 people, they kind of rely on having PLs to give feedback, as well as it is a lot of people, but LARPs grow when they know that they could give players the experiences that they are looking for.
That would be interesting to play. I mean, where we play right now, I think there's like 40, and I don't even know anyone there. Like, I know my little Bruja group, I know Cynthia's little group, and a couple other people, and I see everyone before game and at the end of game, and I'm like, who are these people? When did they come here? Because once we start, everyone disperses, and I'm like, I never see from them. So that would be actually really interesting to play a game where there are like 200 people, like you said.
Yeah, but even experienced players like myself, even at La Sangre, because I play Kuei Jin, I have very limited experiences because there are some people, like the Prince, who will never talk to the Kuei Jin. Even though he and I will talk out of character, Our characters would not talk in character.
Oh, Phil.
But I know.
He's so amazing.
Yeah, Phil is awesome.
We love you, Phil.
We love you, Phil. But even in Twin Mask, because I play an Archduke or I play a Royal, not everyone feels like they could talk to me. So I play my alt, who is a demon, who is a demon of sloth, so he doesn't care who he talks to. So I try to use that character to talk to players that I would never have the opportunity to talk to as a Royal.
Cool.
So I try to at least cover both bases, but I will still miss a large part of players as a result. So it's just one of the things that happen with a very large player base. But at the same time, hopefully you have those opportunities in the future to be able to talk to people from either common goals or common mods that you're going on to. But yeah, those are things that you can look forward to.
That's why I actually enjoy afters, because I get to meet people outside of their character, and the people that I don't talk to in game, I actually talk to them out of character. I'm like, wow. I mean, I know we're all supposed to be different from out of character, but it's really hard to imagine what they could be like when you see them only playing a character. So
Absolutely.
Really nice to meet everyone's really nice personalities, and just we all hit it off. So
yeah, otherwise you end up with knowing a character as being only an asshole when they turn out to be really, really nice. Like one of my friends, Alan, who plays a character in One World by Night called Jack Sebastian, people who don't know him think he's a total ass, but he is really one of the nicest guys. He's just really committed to playing his character, and he has a very particular point of view, but Alan is amazing. Really cool guy. So, all right, moving on to the next idea here. Let's see if you know GNC.
Game. General. Shit, I actually know this one, and I can't remember.
Take it away.
I had too much whiskey at this point.
So your answer is going to be very creative.
Oh, yeah. And what I mean by too much whiskey is 1.5 glasses.
So not enough.
Enough for a Tuesday night.
GNC.
GNC.
Hi.
It's a good place to get vitamins at.
That's what I keep thinking of. But this is about LARP.
Yeah, it's about LARP.
Can I phone in a lifeline on Facebook?
You can phone in okay, how about this? You can phone in a lifeline. You can pick one of the letters, and I will tell you what that letter means.
N.
C.
Choose!
Shut up!
Choose between
N.
those.
N.
N? N stands for new.
Oh, fuck.
New character.
Generational new character? Gen... Oh. This is word association here.
You are so close right now.
With the generation? Alright.
I'll give it to you.
Yes!
I'll give it to you. It's GNC stands for Generate New Character.
Oh!
So basically, when a character perms, you
generate a new character.
Or sometimes someone will say, well, that character's GNC'd. Meaning that character cannot come back, so you have to create a new character.
So GNC is only when your character dies.
Or is rendered unplayable.
Okay.
So I know characters that have gone into an alternate dimension, or they have gone into a battle somewhere that they'll never come back from. So because they're not playable in the game, they're asked to generate a new character.
Okay, so now if you just come up with new characters, but you can still play either, it's not a GNC?
It's generally not a GNC because it assumes that the character that you have played is rendered completely unplayable. So usually a storyteller will tell you your character's been GNC'd.
Okay.
So that's what that is. Okay, let's see if you know amaranth.
That is a grain that you actually cook that tastes amazing. No? Damn it.
It is also that, but...
Is it a grain you trade for money?
But in LARP.
Take it away, sister.
I was saying it's a grain that you can trade in for something else if you're doing like a medieval type LARP.
You're kind of on the right track with medieval.
Alright. But it's not a grain.
It is not referred to a grain in this
Is
one.
it some type of like a crystal or gem?
No.
Nope. Alright.
Mhm.
But in the medieval realm.
In the medieval realm.
Ooh. Is it a power source?
It could be referred to as a power source.
Amaranth?
Mm-hmm.
It's really good green. That's all I know.
It sounds similar to what like Raven says from the Teen Titans.
What?
You know, where she's like Azeroth Metro and Cynthia. She does her little power thing. Okay, never mind.
If you guys could see the face that I'm making to my sister right now.
Clearly you guys never saw Teen Titans.
Oh no, I've seen Teen Titans. I just don't know what you're referring to.
Yeah, I was like,
Like,
same?
It like sounds similar.
That's a little far-fetched, dear sister.
You know what? We live in a world that's very far-fetched as it is.
Alright, back to Amaranth.
Amaranth. Okay, so Amaranth. Do you know what diablerie is?
Yes.
Amaranth is the old word for diablerie.
Motherfuckers, really?
Yes.
Why'd they change it?
Because, I don't know, Amaranth sounds more beautiful.
Because people got confused with the grain.
With the grain. People as like, I'm gonna get me some Amaranth. It's like, no, you need to die, because that's illegal. No, but Amaranth is the old word for diablerie. And
So do some people still use that word, or is it only diablerie now?
it's diablerie, but some people might want to affect that they are much, much older, like 500 years old. So they will talk about the amaranth and how it is a forbidden delicacy.
Oh.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Alright.
Continuing on?
I have confidence that we can nail the last couple.
I don't.
Believe and you will succeed.
Alright, I'm believing.
All right. So I saved some of these for last. So we'll see if you get these. All right. All right. Moving on. Next, halo effect.
I feel like I should know this one. Is it just like when something affects one character and it just like sprinkles down to like other characters near them?
Not quite.
No.
I don't know.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Like, maybe if someone were to, like, heal one character, but it was a really, really good heal, that, like, some other characters really close by got a little bit of that extra healing power.
I don't know. Somebody got, like, new powers or something? I don't know.
When someone has a halo effect, so, for example, someone is the prince of a city, people tend to like them more out of character because they're in power. So that's called halo effect. It's almost like a strange metagame.
Hey, Phil, do you experience this as our prince? ...
Actually, it's really strange. I know I experience it a little bit as the Archduke in Twin Mask, but I've also been playing that game since game 1.
Damn.
So I'm very invested in it, and I see it a little bit.
Okay, I'm really curious with our audience of how many people have actually experienced this.
Well, do you think you experience it at all?
I'm not a royal.
Well, I wouldn't... Do you just have to do it with royalty, or could it just be any halo effect? Like, I feel I play kind of a young character in the vampire thing, and outside of it, I still do feel like sometimes people do treat me like I'm still a kid. I mean, I am younger than everyone there, but instead of treating me just as an equal, I do feel that I'm treated like I'm still younger than them. I mean, I am, but...
Yeah. It's interesting because halo effect usually applies to people who are in power in character, so they're treated that way in the geek social circle the same way.
Okay.
So that's that. However, your take is also really interesting because I do see that a lot in a lot of roleplay, because sometimes our only introduction to people is just games, so we just kind of assume that that's what they're like. Or in my case, because I am the person in power, do people treat me nicer? A little bit, yeah. Do people give me a little leeway? A little bit. Out of character.
Yeah.
However, I also try to not be a dick about it, because there are some people who are. the hope is that if they are nice to me out of character because I am an Archduke in character, that when I step away from that character, they're still nice to me because I would still treat them nicely.
Right.
Also kind of sounds like, because we are girls and we are newbies, that when we first joined it, I feel like people are a little bit nicer to us and they're more eager to know us. And so in character, they were nice to us, like extra nice. And then out of character, they were still extra nice to us because they wanted to know who we were. And I found that kind of interesting as well. But not entirely the same of what you're saying, but there's that effect.
Yeah. There are some people that they are so nice out of character and then they play assholes in character. But you also meet a bunch of people that are very shy, very reserved in character, and out of character they're very outspoken, super opinionated. They're nothing like
So it can have like a negative effect as well.
It's Halo effect is, I don't think of it as negative as it is just an effect that exists.
Okay.
It's like saying gravity is not positive or negative. It's just an aspect of live action roleplay that exists, because when we are done with game, at the end of the day, we're still people and we're still connected to our various relationships in different ways. And for some people it ends at game, but for many of us, those people that we play with in game do become our friends. Alright. Next term, related to LARP, Inigo Montoya.
I think you could take this one away.
What?
You could take
Well,
it
I
away.
don't know what it means to LARPing. It means that I'm going to kill your father.
Oh, by the way, it's the 30-year anniversary of Princess Bride.
Say what?
Yes, it is.
So, but you could take it away.
Now that she added her own little nerd cred to it, she's
I know.
now passing the ball to you.
I feel like I suck at this now.
Don't suck at this. It is a term.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
So is it just when you go out and attack another player because they killed like a family member of yours in character?
Oh, you are so close. You are very, very close.
All right, take it away again.
I think you're... I would go with your answer.
Okay.
We're gonna lock in that.
Okay. So Inigo Montoya is when your character dies and you know who killed them, so you play a character that comes in with the knowledge and tries to kill that character in revenge. It's a very super metagamey thing to do.
Yeah, that's...
So it's called an Inigo Montoya.
Damn.
Does that happen a lot?
It happens enough that it is named, that's given this term. I wouldn't say a lot.
Okay.
But it does happen, and it is highly discouraged because it's very metagamey.
Is there a Leroy Jenkins term too?
No, but we should figure out what that is.
Leroy Jenkins! I actually did that in my first D&D game. My character's flaw was not to follow any plans, so I made sure that everybody had a plan, and as soon as everyone was like, this is the plan, I went, Leroy Jenkins! And started running. And everyone was like, God damn it.
So anyone in the audience, if there is a LARP association with Leroy Jenkins, please let us know.
Yeah. Use the hashtag Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy Jenkins and LARP. Hashtag LARP. Okay, so...
And Leroy Jenkins, please message us if you're hearing this.
Big fans.
Yes.
Alright, so final term that I have is Brazilian LARP rules.
Oh my god, all I went to was
Brazilian wax.
Yes, sister.
I don't know how I feel right now that you two high-fived each other over a Brazilian wax. I know what this is. Not quite Brazilian LARP rules.
I love my sister.
Does it mean like reverse LARP rules?
No.
Brazilian LARP rules?
It's called Brazilian LARP rules.
When you LARP in the hot, hot, hot sun.
Well, I know Brazil has like a pretty strong LARPing community.
Yes.
So I'm assuming that it has to do with their LARP rules.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
I know that sounds really dumb, but like that's as far as I'm gonna go right now. Because
You just said the 2 words.
It's like saying modern rock is defined as rock in modern time.
Is that how you write your essays?
no, I wrote them better than that. You know that. Since I look at all of yours.
I hate writing.
Anyhow, Brazilian. Yeah, I don't know.
I think out of all of them, this one you have as the most stumped.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure all of them were pretty.
But we kind
stumped.
of like worked through it. Worked through the pain.
Jenkins.
No, but for the most part, you two were able to figure out most of what was going on, or you were familiar with the concept. So this one, there's an urban legend attached to this one. Brazilian LARP rules mean when you kill a person in real life to kill off a character. That's called Brazilian LARP rules.
Wait, someone like actually die?
So the urban legend, I don't know if this is real, but it's been going around ever since I started LARPing. And we do actually have a Brazilian contingent that's associated with One World by Night. So the story goes that someone tried to cease practice and lost.
Mm-hmm.
So that player went and actually killed the guy that played the prince.
Oh my god.
And took over. So
Damn.
that became Brazilian LARP rules. And that's been in existence for over 20 years.
All right, Brazilians, you became kind of badass there.
Badass? I would say they took the game too far. We're supposed to be having fun, not killing your own players.
Well, storytellers are supposed to kill characters.
Right.
But players are not really supposed to kill other players just to cease praxis. Because
Still
that's
a little, like, cray-cray badass, though.
I don't know.
I don't think murder
I don't
is
know if I call that badass.
Alright, fine.
So, I wasn't keeping score.
My sister clearly beat me on that one.
You two basically were pretty even, from what I could tell.
I think we worked together.
And you came up with some interesting ideas together.
Oh, yeah.
But now I'll keep thinking about Brazilian wax every time I think Brazilian LARP rules. You don't need to make that visual for me.
Brazilian wax suck.
So does the Brazilian killing people.
Yeah,
that
fair
also
enough,
sucks
fair
too.
Yeah. So, for right now, thank you for joining us here at Life Action Roleplay.
Yeah.
So, Lex, if people want to contact you on social media or at least see what you do, how would they do that?
You can find me on Instagram. My name is its._.lex. And it's not private, so you could see me and all my photos, which is not much. Or you could just look at Cynthia's stuff and see our cosplays there.
Oh boy.
All right, Sin.
Instagram, Cynthia__Marie.
All right, and I'm found on Facebook and on Instagram under Ryan Omega, except for Twitter, which is Ryan OMGA, which is starting to get a little bit more active.
OMG.
OMGA. Well, because Russians hacked my other Twitter.
Yikes.
I know.
Specifically the Russians?
Specifically Russians. Okay, so what happened was they hacked my Twitter, which was Ryan Omega, because it was the most obvious thing. So they hacked it. I asked Twitter if they can get it back for me. I looked in their FAQ. Their best thing to do, the best suggestion was to just create a new account.
Yeah.
And then so I created a new account, and then guess who tried to friend request me?
The Russians.
Putin.
I
would say yes to that.
No, like the Russians that hacked my account with my own old account. I was so mad.
Someone was a little salty there.
I was.
Did you block a report?
I I tried to report, but like nothing really came of it. But yeah, I was salty like peanuts. Like that was not cool.
Just like peanuts?
Just like peanuts, or just like the Pacific Ocean.
There are other things that are salty. You know?
There are other things that are salty, but Ryan's a polite boy. He's not gonna go there, and he hasn't had a date, so we're not gonna talk about that.
Oh.
Okay, it's totally fine. But, you know, I enjoyed the single life. Anyways,
Moving on.
Thank you for joining us. If you want to talk about more active discussion, we have our Facebook group, Live Action Roleplay Hype. Please, so please subscribe to that. If you are on iTunes, feel free to subscribe to our iTunes podcasts.
And we are pretty active on it, so don't think we won't read it and answer you.
Yeah, we actually have been answering a few people that have been talking to us on our page as well. So we also have a Live Action Roleplay page. The difference between the page and the Facebook group is that Facebook allows for more discussion, but people who want to contact us about various inquiries about different topics that we should cover. Some people want to promote things that were related to a LARP, had some discussions with us from all over the world. I'm actually pretty honored about being able to talk to these people. So
yeah. Hey, also, if you guys want us to do a live recording where we do a live Facebook feed while we're recording, let us know. It might be kind of fun, but if you guys are interested, let us know.
Yes, and how to do that.
I know how to do that.
Okay, then if you want to, if you would like us to, yes.
Yeah. If you guys would like us to live record, let us know.
Which means that it can't be edited, so if we screw up for real!
Woohoo!
Woo! Yay! Live! So, again, thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you later.
Mwah! Bye, guys.
Bye.